What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for popping into my review for Fantastic Four. This film is celebrating its 20th anniversary in July, and the big one is coming out in July as well. 20 years later, the new Marvel Studios Fantastic Four First Steps comes out. But the first time we saw the Fantastic Four, actually, there might have been a movie that came out years before this that was very amateurish. I don't know. But this was really the first time that the film audience was introduced to the Fantastic Four. And after rewatching this film, I can tell you it doesn't necessarily hold up the best, but it's a good film. This is a film that is probably, you could throw it in with the mid to early 2000s superheroes. You can throw this in with some of the X-Men films and some of the Spider-Man films and whatever the case may be. You know, you had just a lot of solid films in that genre come out. And this was another one that was just kind of solid, but it didn't like break boundaries like Batman Begins did in 2005, which actually, yeah, this came out around the same time. So that was kind of the film to do it that year, probably. But in 2004, you had Spider-Man 2, which kind of knocked the socks off people. So you occasionally have real high quality superhero films, even today, like Thunderbolts. My review for that's up on the channel now. That's pretty high tier, especially for the MCU. But this film, to take place technically in the multiverse, as we see in Deadpool and Wolverine, this version of Johnny Storm, Chris Evans, coming in and saying flame on in that film, this is the universe that he comes from. And I'll tell you what, Chris Evans is one of the best parts of this movie for me. At first, I didn't know how it was going to work. I haven't seen this movie in over 10 years, probably. It's been a very long time. And I just remember not knowing how Chris Evans was as the Human Torch. He had a hint of that in Deadpool and Wolverine, but seeing it in this film, his cock, it's not over the top. It's got a heart to it that Chris Evans brings to it. And I liked him in this movie. I also liked Michael Chiklis as Ben Grimm. And the practical effects and the practical work on him looks terrific. But, you know, Ben Grimm, I think, is probably the best character of the movie for me. I liked what he was going through in the movie and the troubles that he faced. And him and Human Torch were my two favorites of the film. Mr. Fantastic, though, I think Ian Grufford is really good in the role. I think he does what he needs to do, and he's great. He's not like really great, but he's good and he's serviceable. And so is Jessica Alba, who's probably the weakest link in the bunch, acting wise. But her role in it, I liked the romance aspect. I mean, it's not like nothing we've ever seen before, but sure, two people that's, you know, had a falling out can get back together and fall in love again. Why not? It's a story we've seen 1,000 times. Did it do it bad? No. But I liked the first half of this movie where they get their powers and how they're learning to control their powers, the scenes where they're learning that they even have powers. That was all where I think the movie peaked for me. And then that scene on the bridge where they all kind of have to use their powers, that was probably the best scene of the film. Where I was a little confused, though, why she had to go invisible to get through or get around, because after she turned invisible, Chris Evans just grabs her clothes and they walk away, looking like they walked the other direction. And then the next scene, they're like, oh, wow, we got through. They didn't show you how they got through, so I don't even know why they had to add that in the film. But she's going to use her powers anyway in that sequence. It's kind of a force field off the fire. So I don't know. It's kind of a nitpick. And there's a couple things like that that happen through the movie that I have nitpicks with. And I think that does take the movie down a little bit. But the team, as them, you know, the four of them, I liked, and how they come together at the end of the film. You do care about them. And I think that is probably the win for the movie, that you care about them by the end of the film. But Doctor Doom, someone who has been getting a lot of hype lately. He's going to be played by Robert Downey Jr. in Avengers Doomsday. I'm sure we're going to get a 10 times different version because Doom is so undercooked and underwritten in this film. Even Victor, he's going through a lot with his businesses. You don't really understand what's going on. You're just being told that he's going to lose all of his people that he works with or whatever is happening, and he's going to go broke. I don't know. And he's been affected by the storm as well. And I think that the thing I like about this movie, not to get off topic of him, but it looks like in the new MCU movie, they're going to be astronauts. They're not astronauts. They're going up to space for a scientific expedition. So it's a little different. And I kind of like that element of it. Kind of makes it feel original and its own. Even though I think some of the visual effects stand out, some of them are really good, though. Like, mostly for 2005, I was like, wow, these effects are pretty solid, even though some of them are a little questionable. Some of them don't hold up. But some of the effects do hold up. A lot of the green screen, I think they did a really good job. John Ottman's score is fantastic. The Fantastic Four theme, I think, is really underrated. It's a great theme, and this film has a great score. But getting back to Doom really quick, I just think it was really underwritten. I didn't like the performance that the actor gave. I just don't know. Hopefully we get a total 180 and a better telling of any kind of story with Victor Von Doom, because here you don't really learn anything about him. Honestly, he's very cookie cutter in the movie. But in the end of the day, the villain, not great, even though it's Dr. Doom, and he should probably have been written way better. And I think that's probably why the film doesn't have the best reviews. I didn't read the reviews, I saw the score, but I can assume it's a lot to do with the representation of Dr. Doom and how that all played out. I like this film. I think it's entertaining. I think that the last 30 minutes-ish is its weakest part. I think that the first half of the movie is the best part. The first, 2.5 acts, I guess you can say, are the best part of the movie, and then it just kind of veers off towards the end. But I'm looking forward to rewatching the second one. My memory on it is concerning because this had a PG-13 rating. Silver Surfer, I think, has PG, and I think the movie is only 90-some minutes long compared to this, which was 140 something or 150, I don't know. Just seeing that concerns me. But we'll see. My rating, in the end of the day, for Fantastic Four is 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's not even going to get a Fantastic 4 out of 5. It's going to get a fantastic 3.5 out of 5. A film I think is good, but not great. And I'm very excited to see the new one and how they're going to integrate it into the MCU, introduce these characters. It just seems like that movie it's going to be doing so much, but just by the trailers, it looks like it's going to do it really well. So my fingers are really crossed for that, and I can't wait to review it when that comes out. So my review for Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, the sequel film, is going to be coming soon. Also, my review for The Karate Kid Part 3 will be coming soon. I'm reviewing a lot of these older franchise films leading into the new movies that's coming out. So that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching my review for Fantastic Four. And until next time, over and out.